Hello, hello. If you're just joining, come in. Come in, come in, come in. Come in. Hey, Daphne. What's up, girl? How are you, gorgeous? It's been a long time. How you been? Oh, I see 4 people here. Alrighty. Okay, good. YouTube takes time to show. It's also a lag between what I say on YouTube and what you guys hear or the comments. I forgot which one, but I'm also over here on Instagram tonight too. Let's see if I can man 2 sites or have to drop people over here. How y'all doing? If you guys know you want a reading, go over here to axi.com. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I figured people would be off early. I was gonna do one tomorrow, but I was like, let me just do one tonight. Like people will be kind of chilling, whatever they're doing. But tomorrow, like once tomorrow hits, people gonna be, out and about or whatever they got going on. So if you know you want a reading, you can go ahead and go to axi.com. You can book more than one question at a time if you want. I also have you can if you didn't grab a 30-day outlook today, I do have 30-day outlooks for 45. Just pay those on Cash App, and that's 11 Zaya. So we'll look at the room is letting the rooms warm up. I got the low filter on Instagram. I gotta get a new head wrap. Okay. Okay, Ainsley Lee. Ainsley. Okay, Ainsley, go ahead. Go for your question. Hey, Slave to Sam. If you guys want a reading, come over to YouTube. I'm going to try to do it over here on Instagram tonight. We'll see. So, Slave to Sam, if you want a reading, you guys can just book it at axi.com. I'm going to see if I can manage 2 sites tonight. I don't know. I'll keep trying different things. Ainsley, what's your question, my darling? And please tell me where you're located. Okay. Okay, Monique MB is in the building. You know what? I'm gonna tell you guys on Instagram. Come on over to I'm trying to decide where to have you guys come. I prefer you come to YouTube if you can. YouTube, that's like anxiety because I'm realizing like trying to keep up with who paid where is gonna drive me a little bit insane. Honestly, go ahead and drop your question. If there's anybody's here in the chat on YouTube, go ahead and throw me some hearts. Make sure you tell me, let me know you still hear me. If you're on Instagram, come over to YouTube. Psychic Zaya. And you can get your $25 question answered there. Okay. If for some reason, and also I'm doing 30-day outlooks as well. Let me see if Ainsley. Ainsley, are you still there, my darling? I don't see your question. You can also get a spirit message or ask a direct question. If you would like a reading, it's paid $25. Head over to YouTube. Okay, hi MB. Okay, when you ask for a spirit message, guys, and when you just say paid, your first name, even if you think I know it, please, and tell me your location. Okay, that just helps me go tighter to your energy. Monique, this weekend they're saying be really mindful of traffic. Definitely don't do anything with like drinking and driving. This is for MB. Honestly, I don't see the question, my darling. Please send it again, okay? Honestly, drop it again. I'm not seeing anything, okay? MB, this is for you. Be careful of drinking and driving. Don't get in the car with anybody that's a little bit tipsy or intoxicated. I see just a possible, crash, right? That can be totally avoided by following what I'm saying. If you actually go out and you're drinking or smoking and you're like, oh, I feel a little woozy. I don't think I'm gonna drive myself home. Don't drive yourself home. Don't drive yourself home. Definitely, definitely just get an Uber. Like, keep your thing parked. Get an Uber or pay someone to like take you home. Have someone take you home. Okay, that was for MB. I'm glad you came on. And it could not even be you and your friend MB. It may be someone on the road. So MB, you're very intuitive. If when you're stepping out and you like, does it feel safe for us to drive home, or we got to just be mindful? Okay. Ainsley wants to know. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find this damn. Ainsley wants to know. I'm restructuring my business. Should I cut my L department or cut leadership? I'm looking for the lead. Okay. All right, so we have a little time. What's EL department? Can you tell me what EL department is? Again, guys, you can book a $25 reading at IXI.com. You can get more than one. If you want a 30-day outlook, it's $45 at Cash App. I'll keep dropping my Cash App. What's the EL department? Early intervention. This is a good question. Honestly, it looks like you need to cut a little bit of both. There's definitely someone in leadership that's like a problem. I don't know if this person like maybe it's a flirtatious or they're sleeping with people at the job, but there's someone in leadership. It feels like a slender woman and a man with a belly. Those two people in leadership. In the intervention department, it feels like there is someone there. I'm seeing maybe a woman who's a lighter skin, maybe a Latina, who she feels like she's really good at her job, but there are people in the way in that department that are making her job harder for her. If she's not Latina, then she's light skinned, maybe mixed race or something like that. So it's not about cutting the departments completely, and I don't know if that's what you were asking. It's about pulling certain people out. So like you said, you're looking for those leaks. But I do feel like both of those teams are needed, especially early intervention with programming. I feel like that is definitely needed. Okay, that is definitely needed. Come on in, Daphne. All right, so you can ask more questions. If you guys have more questions or follow-up questions, just drop another 25 and do that now. Do that. Okay. If you're over on Instagram, so honestly, it's okay. That's what you got to do, though. I think you will know who I'm talking about. Let me know if that was confusing for you. If anything I say is confusing, you can say, Zai, I just need clarification. Did you mean this or this? Okay. That's not necessarily asking the question. That's just for clarification. But if you want a follow-up question to what I'm asking you, then that's another 25. But that's what you have, Ainsley, okay? I'll have my moderator have to remind myself too. And if you're waiting to kind of see if you want to ask a question and you have one, please do, because I have a hard stop tonight. Okay, I have a class at 6. Okay, that's fine, Daphne. If you're over on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. If you like a question, go to AskZai.com and book your question. And pay for your session and ask your question. No, MB, the 30-day outlook for $45 is I do it right here live. I do it right here live. You just had yours the other day, Monique. So I think you're good for now. Okay, that's fine, Ainsley. So that's not necessarily in the business. So maybe that's what I saw, Ainsley. I saw that she's very good at what she does, but there was something causing her to have a block and not be efficient. I agree with that. There's something causing her not to be good. You hired well. So maybe have a talk with her and put her on like a 45-day improvement situation. Maybe there's something you can adjust. I feel like maybe even if her schedule was adjusted where she came in 2 hours later and left 2 hours earlier and then made up the time at home. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, but I'm seeing a man with a belly, he's a kind of skinny guy, but he has a belly, and a tall, slender woman in part of leadership. I don't know if they're sleeping with each other or sleeping with some other people, but they seem to be problematic. So what I'm saying is, I didn't know if you were saying you want to get rid of those departments altogether, or if you want to get rid of certain people. So what I'm seeing is you should keep the departments, but those people that I'm mentioning that I'm seeing are the ones. There's also somebody in there, maybe a Asian girl or a young girl, maybe Filipino or something, who has all the tea on everybody, honestly. So if that makes sense, and some girl, she might be receptionist or the virtual assistant or something, but she has all the tea on everyone. So if you took her out confidentially and said, "Hey, what's happening? Can you tell me?" She'll tell you. Okay, Latia's Pro. I don't know why that's doing that. No, I'm not doing $1 questions. If you see me doing $1 questions, I've been infiltrated by AI. I will never. This is the cheapest I get. 25. My rates used, my phone rates when I did phone was 300 for an hour of my time. I've been infiltrated by AI. I'm not even black no more. I'm not even a woman. I'm AI. If I'm doing anything for $1, even on, I'm gonna be doing some other things, and I just can't. It's pointless. And I really give you guys good information, a lot of strategy. But Ladia, whatever. I'm sorry not to say whatever. I can't pronounce that. But you can just ask it here on Instagram. But pay for it first, please. But no, I'm not doing anything for $1. Never, ever. Okay. Okay, Ainsley, you need to pay another 25 for that second question, my darling. Ainsley, you need to pay. That's a different question. So go ahead and book axi.com and pay for that second question, my darling. Monique, if you wanted a 30-day reading in an area of your life, that's fine. If you needed like a 30-day outlook in a particular area, like if you want to look at the job, we could do that, because I feel like you have questions, but maybe you're not really clear on how you want to ask it. We can do that where I can just laser beam on certain things. But definitely encourage you to go back and listen to the outlooks from whenever I did them on, what was it, Sunday? Okay, come on in, Lakaya. Come on in, Lakaya. Guys, when you come and just say Paige, your first name, and where you're located, and let me know if you want a spirit message or if you have a direct question. You guys ready for the holiday? Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. I remember there was another reason why I came on here. Okay, Ainsley, that's just, I see your second question. Okay, and I see Daphne. So I'm gonna go with Ainsley, and then I'm gonna go with Daphne. Okay, Ainsley's second question, and then Daphne. Okay, okay, Kyla, got you. Kaya, got you. Okay, Ainsley. What are the financial blocks in your business? Honestly, what I feel is you need, and I feel like you do this often, you're so good at business, but it feels like you need to have somebody go in there and audit all of your financial output, all of your expenditures, and really go back to page 1 or step 1 and rebuild everything, because I see spending going in different places where it's not necessarily, but there's gaps where it should be being spent. I'm also concerned about a major tax audit happening in your industry, which may touch you or it may pass you. That feels like next March. So it just feels like your financial house needs to be tightened and reevaluated by a professional who goes through it. Like maybe even hire someone who audits books, right? Who works for the IRS, who audits books, and then let them do that for you, Ainsley. Okay, that's what I see. The other thing too I see, Ainsley, is that you're not giving yourself enough rest. You're not going on vacation, so you're not being refreshed, and you don't have time for new ideas. It's like you're just pushing through. You're pushing through, and even though I feel like you've done really well with like making sure you're as hands off as possible, congrats, you're always really good at that. It feels like you just need a vacation. Even if you got to take a nanny and you have to take the kids, and you can't go by yourself. You need a real vacation. Jamaica, 10, 15 days in the mountains, mango massages, maybe some Jamaican thing, whatever. But you need a refresh. And while you're there, bring your recorder, bring your notebook, so you come up with new ideas for the business. Okay, so it's like rest and then going deeper into the crevices of the financials and getting everything really, really tight again. Okay, and like almost ready. Get your stuff ready for an audit. Honestly, that's what you got to do. Okay, I'm going to Daphne, and then I'm going to Lakaya. Again, if you're over on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. And then drop Axide and get a Axide.com and get a question. Again, guys, put page, your first name that you paid under, where you're located, and then your question or spirit message, okay? Like how Kaya put her in Lakaya, Chicago spirit message, that's perfect. Daphne says, I love my current role, but the pay isn't sustainable. Should I stay for the fulfillment or look elsewhere for better financial stability? What does my career path look like? So that's two different questions, Daphne. So if you want the second question, what does my career path look like? I would ask you to pay another $25 so that I can help you and tell me what your career is. So here's the deal. I definitely see where they love you in your current role. I can see where it's home, but one of the reasons why they love you is because you're allowing yourself to be underpaid. What I'm seeing, okay, that's fine. You'll need to do it for 45. So if you guys want a 30-day outlook, it's 45, and you just pay it over. I'm sorry, this is a little bit confusing. 30-day outlook is 45 and paid at Cash App. Okay, Cash App. Sorry, it's a little confusing, guys. I at the last minute I was like, oh, somebody might want one, but just the 30-day outlooks pay with the link on PayPal. I can only do one at a time, so I can only do one price point at a time. So I only have that link up for that. So what I'm saying to you, Daphne, let me just lean into this real quick for you. Daphne, what I'm getting is that you can stay there but get something on the side. You can stay there but get something on the side, or if that's possible to make that job part-time and then go get a full-time job. I don't know if that's possible, but the way you're going right now with this pay, it isn't sustainable, and I see things getting worse. So, unfortunately, you take on someone else's finances or part of someone else's finances in your family in the next 6 months. I think, I don't know if it's like an in-law or a sibling. Like, I feel like somebody gets sick, like you're going to be carrying somebody else's financial weight. Not all of it, but a big chunk of it, maybe even an extra $600 a month. I don't know if that's a lot for you or not, but this job that you have is sustainable. But what I see is that you might be able to negotiate with them, Daphne, and get like extra contractual work with them while keeping the main base pay. And if that's a possibility, then definitely do that. Okay? Definitely do that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go to Kaya. So, Daphne, if you want a 30-day outlook, you need to pay for Cash App. Okay. So let's go to Kaya. You said you paid on PayPal. I'm not sure. I saw the one. So Daphne, if you have a follow-up question about what does my career path look like, you can send 25 to the PayPal link, or if you want a 30-day outlook focused on your career, send 45-day to Cash App. And guys, I'm going to try to fix this next week. When I get back on, I'll have a link tree. Okay, let's see, Kaya. Was the spirit meant for this question only made one payment? That's fine. So we're fine with that. So if you want something else, 30-day outlook, $45 on Cash App. Just look in the comments. Oh, no, I don't need that. I'm seeing it here on my screens. So let's say Kaya says Chicago spirit message. So Kaya, I'm hearing that you've been doing, I don't know what you've been doing, if you've been meditating or doing breath work, as we have talked about for a while now, but it feels like your spirit is in a really good place. Your energy is in a really good place, or maybe, the people you live with is in a really good pace. So I'm hearing that you're doing good work with that, Kaya. I am hearing that you do need to wear some black tourmaline crystal to kind of balance your emotions. And if you've already got your crystals, make sure that you're cleansing them, right? You can just dip them in salt water. You can run them through sage smoke. You can pray over them. Make sure you're keeping up your spiritual hygiene, Kaya, because you are sensitive. I'm hearing, Kaya, it's interesting with your job. This is a spirit message. I am hearing either a possible layoff, possible termination, or a raise, a promotion. So let me see. Something's going on with you, Kaya. It's like this bill that just passed, y'all. Man, this is nonsense, man. It's going to cause a lot of companies to like just roll back their books, roll back how they're paying people. So I think for you, Kaya, what you want to do is it seems like your job is about to do a whole lot of weird layoffs, cutoffs, extensions. So if you feel like you want to move up, then talk to HR and say, hey, if there's any opportunities to move up, I'm available. I can dedicate, more time. I'm willing to take up training courses or whatever, because it feels like they're looking for those who want to step up that they'll keep. But if there are people who's kind of showing up late or have an attitude and don't really seem like they're dedicated to the job, they'll let them go. And what I would suggest, especially if you're still working for that big brand, which I won't mention here publicly, that you definitely need to try to stick it out with them if you can. Okay. Okay. Okay, Kaya, that was for you. Okay, Monique wants to know spirit message, either love life or career. DC, thank you. Spirit message for her, for MB. Let me just move the energy. Sorry for anybody who has sound sensitive. Give me a second. I'm just going to move into the energy a little bit. So MB, I'm hearing layoffs as well. This bill. Listen, everybody, I got everybody in front of me. I don't know how people's on Instagram. These numbers aren't really showing me who's all here, but everybody do everything you can to keep shore up income, get extra income. You know what I mean? Cut expenses as much as you can. I was looking at some of my bills today. I was like, I'm about to cut some more bills. Whatever you don't necessarily need or your family doesn't need, then cut. Okay. I'm not saying you got to pretend you broke, but just be very mindful, because that was a signal for a lot of companies that they're just gonna, do what they feel like they need to do. So it's funny, MB, this question is kind of intertwined from what I'm getting from Spirit. So MB, I am hearing that there are going to be layoffs with the company you're with now. And I think you went to a small tech firm, and I'm asking, will you be involved? And I got a yes or a no on that. I got a yes and a no. Let me just go in. So MB, they're going to have several rounds of layoffs. But they're doing it very soft and very calculated, because whoever you work for, they've been through this before, where they got rid of a lot of people, then they had to rehire a lot of people. It was a pain in the ass. So what I would say for you, MB, sort of like what I told Kaya, check in with them and let them know you want to do more, you want to be involved, you're looking to be promoted, you're looking to stay. How can you open more doors there? How can you become more of a major player, part of the team? Okay, that's what you need to do, MB, because it's like they're also going to, these companies right now, from what I'm thinking, they're looking for people who want to stay, who are going to put in the work. Now, whether you're going to get more money or not is a different question, because they're basically having to make decisions on who to let go based on, this is going to be these numbers, arbitrary things, but they don't really want to let a lot of people go who they feel are really dead. They want the people that are dedicated to the company. And B, what I am hearing is, so they're moving it more towards career stuff, is that you should look for extra work. Get some certifications. If you haven't touched the AI yet, get something in AI right in your vertical and make sure everyone knows that. And then still network around. I know you work in the tech space. I forget which vertical you're in, like if you're on the tech side or admin or whatever, but really get to the bottom of what's happening in your industry and making sure that you're not being replaced by AI, and whatever companies you work for, that they still should have a good trajectory. We're all in for quite a bumpy ride, guys. I'm not going to financially, especially here, especially in America, we're in for a very bumpy ride. But like I said at the beginning of the year, this is a time when a lot of millionaires will be born, especially people who work in natural medicine, holistic health, the spiritual verticals, or who just know how to go out there and make something out of nothing, or even going back to old school businesses like legal, notary, plumbing, electrician, building houses, flipping houses. So that will be that. But so Monique, that's what you got there. Okay, you're gonna be okay, Monique. There's something about your energy. You just have, I call it a money hand. You're just able to land. Now, Monique, what I did see, and you can pay for another 25 to get this more extended out, is that somehow your ex, I told you before in the 30-day outlook, she makes a circle back. And I think if she catches you at a point where the company's laying off, but you're not laid off, but you're like, should I stay? She might say, why don't you just move back to the West Coast and stay with me? Don't do that, Monique. Ain't nothing bad enough for that. Okay. That's what I was saying, is intertwined. Don't let her kind of psych you up and get in your head. Because when you get out there, you get kind of stuck emotionally. Yeah, you're laughing. Well, yeah, she knows. I read for her. You get stuck emotionally with her. She knows she has a handle. We talked about what she's really got going on. So that's why I was coming in as both. Okay. Okay, good. Elizabeth Johnson wants a energy reading or 30-day reading. Okay, great. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Elizabeth, tell me where you're located, my darling. When you say energy reading, you mean a 30-day outlook reading, correct, Elizabeth? Hey, Instagram. Okay, that's fine. Elizabeth, where are you? Where are you located? If you guys want a 30-day outlook reading, it is Cash App. Okay. Oh, I know you. Okay. Hi, my darling. Oh, good. Okay. How are you? I'm going to be doing the 30 outlooks again probably on Monday. I'm just waiting for after the holiday. I'll do another one, but I'll do more promos so you guys can be prepared for it. Okay, darling. Let's see what your 30-day outlook is doing. Elizabeth, remind me again of what you do for work. I know your family owns a lot of land. Remind me again of what you do for work. Just help me out a little bit as I walk into your energy. Let me clear. Yeah, yeah, work in tech. Okay. Um, Elizabeth, so this is gonna come. I'm gonna let Spirit really run with this one. So I want you to come back and listen to the replay because it's a little bit different. It's funny you kept saying energy reading, energy reading, energy reading, and that was like putting me in a different like kind of energetic frequency. But I think that's what I needed because the first thing Spirit brought me to was that you have an energy vampire in your energy. It feels like it could be an ex or also maybe family, could be kids or it could be parents. It feels like a siblings, like people pulling at your energy emotionally too much, or someone that you were intimate with that you may no longer be intimate with is still pulling on your sacral chakra energy. And it's making you maybe feel really tired, like your brain may be wired, you can't sleep right, you feel really tired, or you maybe feel irritated, you don't know why, or you just feel off. And Elizabeth, you said yes. Okay, great. Yeah. So here's what we got. Okay, so this is part of your 30-day outlook, and so what Spirit is telling me, this is something you need to take care of in these next 30 days. Tomorrow, Neptune goes retrograde in Aries. That's why they wanted to pass this bill. They know what they're doing. This shit is out of control. Um, my cash app is 11 Zaya. You guys can pay for the $45 30-day outlook. 30-day outlooks there. Okay. Thank you guys for working with me and my ghetto links. Ghetto links. Ghetto links. Anyway, so Elizabeth, here's what I want you to do. Let's focus on that for a second. So tomorrow, Neptune goes in Aries and retrograde. That's a good time to get rid of old things. So I want you to cut cords. Simply get you a white candle or ideally a black candle and light that. Like you can light both of them and take a salt water bath every day for the next 7 days. 2 or 3 cups of Epsom salt, a cup of jojoba oil, almond oil, half a cup, and then add some drops of eucalyptus, lavender oil, peppermint oil. Sit in that bath and play Psalms 93, Psalms 91, Psalms 23, just something that removes negative energy. And then before you go to bed at night, as I call my power back to me and ask Archangel Michael to heal you and bring your power back to you. Wear a lot of red next week, okay? Not red, excuse. Well, no, red and orange, okay? We want you to work with that sacral chakra, and then I want you to go to a crystal store and get an orange crystal of your choice, and I want you to put that in your bra every day or put it in your panties, okay? That's to call your energy back to you because this vampire man, he's pulling on your sexual energy, which is your creativity, your power, your fertility, which is like your abundance, and it's draining you. And these family members that keep calling you about shit, I hate this when people do this. They call you about things that they have. Like I'm not the person that you're going to be friends with, and you have a problem with a man, and think I'm gonna listen for 20 years with this same man. It's like, look, this nigga, he don't beat your ass, he don't cheated on you and gave you diseases. Get the fuck away from me with that bullshit. Go ahead, someone else. I get paid to listen to bullshit like that. I'm not doing it for free. I don't play those games. So what you have to do, citrine is fine. Citrine is okay. If that's what you have, that's fine. But what you want to do, Elizabeth, is you want to cut people's off when they're trying to hand you their problems. Say, what are you going to do about it? Cut off. Don't talk to anyone before 10 a.m. Don't talk to anyone after 8 p.m. No texting, nothing, okay? And call your energy back every morning. I need to call my energy back to me across all time and space. I call my energy back to me across all time and space, okay? Daphne, I see you. Just come in and say, Daphne, 30-day, where you're located again. Okay, so Elizabeth, what else for 30 days? So I want you to work with the full moon. So that's what I'm telling you to do it through this week because I want you to work with the full moon. The full moon is on the 10th. I want you to take that bath. I want you to do that. The other thing, Elizabeth, I want you to kind of brace yourself. There's going to be a loss either in the family or connected to the family. It feels like, I just have to say what I'm seeing. If it's not these next 30 days and in the next 90 days, but there's loss, and it feels like a financial loss and possibly a human as well, to be honest, both, and maybe this is the person. There's going to be a lot that falls on you to handle paperwork. Oh, your brother-in-law is sick. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So if I'm not gonna confirm death or no. I don't want to do that. I'm not the Grim Reaper, okay? But I will say that whoever is going to transition, it's going to cause you to have to step up in the financial household, meaning like you're going to have to take over a lot of whatever your parents normally do. Whoever normally handles like the comings and goings, the real estate and all of this, you're going to have to be involved in that. And that's where you're going to have to learn to say, yes, Ashley, my list is still open. You can go to axzaya.com and book a session. Thank you, my darling. $25 per question. You can that's what you have to prepare for, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'd love to see you take a vacation this month, even if it's just like 3 days and going to chill in like your favorite city and just party, or go to Miami, go to the beach, go to the club, beach club, massage some dick, beach club, massage some dick. You know what I mean? Like, just everybody should be having fun. Okay, so just doing that for yourself because you need that rejuvenation. So that's for you for the next 30 days, Elizabeth. But the most important thing is you're going to Texas in a week. Great. I hope that's fun. Is to really come in and let's clear that energy. Let's get those vamps off of you. Okay. And the man that I'm talking about that came to mind for you, don't if you reconnect with him intimately, it's going to the cord is going to reconnect. Okay. Okay. Yes, my list is still open. Okay, let's go to Daphne, let's go for you. Daphne, you're welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you for booking with me tonight. I super appreciate you. Daphne, honey, where are you located again? I'm going to do your 30-day. Where are you located again, Daphne? Daphne, tell me. Sacramento. Did you move, Daphne? I feel like I don't remember you being over there. Hello, all the beautiful people of Instagram. It's your girl, Psychic Medium Zaya. What's going on? Hey, hi. If you guys know good places to get like really good head wraps for locks, my locks are so long now. They're so long now that all of my other ones squeeze my head to like my brain pops out. So this is the only one that still fits. I'm sorry, I'm repeating the same looks. I've been a minimalist for many years, clothing wise now. And the problem with the whole minimalist movement, hi, lovey, is that you end up with no clothes and no makeup, nothing. You just look. Okay, good. Thank you, Daphne. Because I was like, I don't remember you being in there. I don't always remember everything. Oh, you're in Sacramento too. Beautiful. I don't always remember where people are, but my intuition would be like, no, that doesn't seem right. Okay, so Daphne, what we got here? 30 days. Let's go. It's funny we started talking about your career, Daphne, and you didn't really still say what you do. But I'm hearing big change, big pivot. So Daphne, there's going to be like these next 30 days. I really need you to focus on what you really want. Like, do a vision board around your money, your finances. But Spirit is asking you to reach deep into your heart, and if there's something you've been really wanting to do with your life, whether it's art or fashion or something you've always wanted to do, if you want to study herbalism, Spirit wants you to start making endeavors for that, because something about this month, this retrograde Saturn and retrograde in Aries, retrograde in Neptune. So retrograde gives us time to go back and redo things. Goes back into to go back and address things that were never addressed. This Aries and this Neptune retrograding in Aries, baby, this is all for the karma. So all the people that have been out here doing people dirty, they're about to get their karma. So they passed this bill right around this time. Trump is going to sign it tomorrow or at midnight or 11:57, some slick shit. Because he wants this energy, because he's trying to go back and rewrite the past. He's trying to change what the future is holding by trying to move the energy, using the energy. They use the cosmos, honey. Everybody in Hollywood and the government is a motherfucking witch. I'm here to tell you. I'm telling you, this is what they fucking do. Okay, so they, astrology used to be one of the sciences. So anyway, Daphne, for whatever reasons, I don't know what's in your chart, but you also have the ability to manifest very heavily under these aspects. So you have the full moon next week. You've got, Neptune retrograding Aries tomorrow, and then you've got Saturn retrograding Aries on, I think the 13th. So you absolutely have that. So Daphne, I'm seeing just big pivots. There's something you wanted to do when you were a little girl, something maybe you did in your 20s. There's something you did that was very different, very exploratory, very expansive. And Spirit is going to push you back to that. So Daphne, over these next 30 days, even though you're trying to situate yourself with this job, I would not be surprised as what I'm seeing now, because now I'm getting a bigger view than that, just that one little area, that you exit. Either something happens and you have to leave, they exit you out, or you exit because you are being pushed to your next level, to your proper place. You're being adjusted by your ancestors and the Most High, Daphne, to get to where you are. Somewhere along the way, you didn't necessarily get off track, but they're trying to get you back to your true calling, your true path. When I lean into that energy, it feels like something with medicine, energy healing work. Like, I don't know if you're a tarot reader. I don't have your profile in front of me. You guys, when you guys book me on those phones, I have your profiles in front of me, so I have all this information on you. Over the years taking notes, I don't have it, so I don't know if I'm way off. If you're like, girl, I am an IT girl, right? I would never be a herbalist, but you are going into a more naturopathic, natural space. Oh, so that's right. So Daphne was a nursing. Thank you for that. Look at that. Was a nursing major in undergrad, but didn't stick with it. So there it is. So Daphne, you're supposed to work in the healing arts, and that's okay that you didn't stick with it, because it feels like where you're going is going to be more naturopathic, holistic, and maybe traditional Western medicine, whatever's going to be left in the next 10 years. Wouldn't have worked for where you're going, because what's happening is you're moving into your spiritual path. You're moving into your spiritual destination. You're moving into your spiritual light worker path. And if this is resonating on any level with you, Daphne, move into that, because that's where your wealth is, both your emotional wealth, your psychological wealth, your marital wealth, and your material wealth is in that space. It's being some sort of healer. Okay, so this July with these planets, so to get a white candle, you can get a 7-day money candle, you can get a 7-day white candle, and every day keep that candle lit and just write out what you want. They're saying get some peppermint. I don't know why peppermint, but peppermint is mentholated. It clears the air, right? We use peppermint to heal. We use peppermint to breathe, so that makes sense. Peppermint is a energy clearer. It moves energy. It moves things. Like when we smell mint, we're like, oh, we feel refreshed. Peppermint especially, we all feel refreshed. So it moves energy, because this is a moving, clearing year. So Daphne, hold on for the ride, hold on for the roller coaster, but know that you'll land on your feet. Daphne, I don't want you to resist though, because there's going to be some opportunities for you to just walk into this space naturally. Like you might meet someone that's like, oh, come to this event. Oh, come get this certified training. There's just going to be opportunities for you to do these things, and you might be resistant. Like, I don't know if I should do it. I also think that you're going to end up moving to Oakland, California. So that's what we got for you for Daphne for those next 30 days. That was quite a bit. So make sure you watch the replay. Ashe. That's amazing, Lovey. You're welcome, Daphne. Let me reset this. If you're over on IG, come on over to YouTube. Psychic Zaya, you can get a 30-day outlook. If you can only stay on Instagram, it's okay. I can sorry, I'm like belching. Oh no. All right, let's see. Let's resend this out. Can you guys still see me on YouTube? I moved to another screen for 2 seconds. My YouTube, right? That's right. I should say it. My YouTube is Psychic. I'm Psychic Zaya everywhere, pretty much, except for where I'm not. Yeah, my YouTube is Psychic Zaya. Come on over here, guys. Come on over here. I'll eventually be able to manage 2 channels, but I don't have my assistant today, so it's best I just not try to get too beside myself. Best not to get too beside myself. But anybody got some cool plans? So I wanted to talk about this Neptune, and I want to talk about it. Every time I say that, then people come in the room, which is fine. Which is what I'm here for. Hold on a minute, guys. Come on over to, if you're on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. I'm the Psychic Zaya at YouTube. You can book a reading at axzaya.com. Pop your question into the comments. It's super chill over here. Super chill over here. Super chill over here. So yeah, I want to talk about this Aries going into. So Aries is no joke. Aries energy is okay. Thank you, 13 Artistry. Come on in. Aries energy is very much $25. Let me just do this $25 question. Axide.com 30-day outlooks. $45. So you pay for the. If anybody else is here and they want a 30-day outlook, you can do $45 on Cash App or the other one. So Aries is a fire sign, like go getter, aggressive, life of the party, natural leaders, very egotistical, very pushy people, very driven people. If you're ever in the middle of a war, you definitely probably want your boss or the sergeant to be an Aries because they're going to be fearless and they're going to get it in. They can probably fight really good. And so if you want something done and you want something broken down, you know what I mean, like a door broken down, you probably want an Aries on your team. Neptune is a planet of, like, if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of like, gives you illusions. It's spiritual. It's mystical. Hold on a minute. I just got a message from somebody. Uh, so it's very like, it's like, hold on, guys. I'm just manning two things at one time here. Okay. It deals with like illusions, the subconscious mind. Okay, lovey, that's how you never felt. I'm sorry, honey. Aw. But maybe you probably got Pisces. You probably got something that really chills you out in your moon or something. If you're over on Instagram, come on over to YouTube. I'm at YouTube at Psychic Zaya. And if you're over on YouTube, go ahead to axzaya.com to get a $25 question. Axzaya.com will give you can book a $25 question. Or if you like a 30-day outlook, it's $45 at my Cash App, which is 11 Zaya. So Mars and Cancer. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah, so you're not going to move like that so much. So anyway, okay. Now, I'm really focusing on this whole big beautiful bill that this big beautiful ass just passed, because we are in the time of the psyop of your mind. We are in a spiritual war. Forget all these other wars that are trying to get you down leveled into 3D fear hooks. It is a spiritual war. If you follow any of the tarot people online, you really, you tap into the spiritual community, you will hear people say it has been witchcraft after witchcraft. I've been dealing with spiritual attacks like I couldn't believe for the past like 8 months. I realized I've been dealing with it my whole life because people been at me my whole life that, supposed to love me, but they're my biggest haters. But they leveled up in the past 8 months because that's how Dad and my ancestors came in and were like, see what's happening, and I was like, wait, no, that can't be right. God, no, yes. But it's not just me. Like when I talk to other readers or whatever, I look at other readers, it is really happening where a lot of how to pay for a reading, go to axzaya.com. A lot of readers were dealing with karmic, and a lot of people are dealing with karmic individuals who are just out here doing nasty shit. So with Neptune going into Aries, which deals with retrograding, going back, it's going to, so there's two ways to work with Neptune and Aries going into Aries and retrograde. It's going to kind of play with illusions. So some people will use it to try to put people more in an illusionary state of fear, discomfort, playing on their mind and their psyche, which is why he wanted to pass that bill either right as that's happening or a little bit before, because they're about to use that thing and try to drive everybody crazy. You're not going to have this, you're not going to have that. But what's really happening, because this is also the planet, Neptune is the planet of spirituality, expanding the subconscious, the consciousness, the spirit, is that we are now as a collective, because we feel like we won't have as many resources in the States like we are used to, we're going to go back to nature because we are very disconnected from Mother Earth. Okay, everything that we do and touch and take in has been disconnecting us from Mother Earth for generations now. Like my grandfather, just 2 generations ago, knew how to grow collard greens and all kind of stuff right in our front yard. My great grandmother who lived next door had a chicken coop until she died in 1989, and she went out there every day and got her eggs and killed her chickens herself. And she took us to the farmer's market. You barely saw her. Sometimes she would go to the supermarket, Winn-Dixie, Piggly Wiggly, and she had a certain time of day she would go. And that was maybe if she wanted to buy some Campbell's canned soup, she liked to buy some of her canned goods there. But she really didn't fuck with like that. She didn't really fuck with store-bought food. I never really saw in her pantry like boxed stuff. Maybe some saltine crackers. Y'all know them old school people, you know them old school grandparents, no matter where they're from. You guys know what I'm talking about. I guess they call them the silent generation. No, the generation before the silent generation. In the garden right now. That's right, Lovey Bunny. Again, guys, I have a hard stop at around 7:30. Well, 7:30 East Coast, right? Yeah. So if you want a question, come on in. So anyway, so what's going to happen is this is a time that we are going to be stripped. The veil's already stripped, and now we're going to be forced to go back to Mother Nature. We're going to forced to be going back to gardening, herbalism. We're going to go forced to go back to natural eating, natural medicine. Forced to go back to really having true community and building with our neighbors and kind of not necessarily living fully off the grid, but living closer in nature. So that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen. What these people in charge want to happen is they want us to put us in this fearful state. They want to take things back where they can really make it, especially in America, like I was saying before, we're a very educated population. It costs a lot of money to hire Americans, right? Like even the poorest Americans, they still need that minimum wage. And then America's becoming, we got to talk about race because it is what it is. It's becoming less and less and less and less of a non-melanated country. That's a problem for people, okay, for certain people. So they're trying to make it where they basically are trying to bring in the king and the servant. And Americans are so highly educated that middle class is still so big and so strong and so prevalent. They just want to bring the hammer to it, smash it, smash it, smash it. And that's all this is. But what's going to happen, I'm telling you this as a psychic because I'm from the future and I'm back in this motherfucker to tell y'all what time it is and what time it's going to be. That's not what's going to happen because people are about to wake up. We're about to have our third eye open, our psychic open. Because once you open this up, you just see everything. And I thought mine was closed, but I realized no, I just was never trained to know that it was even open to begin with. Because once I became aware that I was very psychic, I was like, I've been doing that. Okay. Which is funny because an ex-friend of mine who's a business partner, she used to laugh all the time. She's like, you're very psychic. And I was like, she's like, oh, you're psychic. And, we'd go out and do business and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm lucky, I'm smart, I'm savvy. I don't know. But literally, we would go out to an event to network with people. I worked in entertainment and fashion. I would always know who to go to approach in the room. And I didn't necessarily know who they were. And this was like before you could just find people easily on social media and stuff, just in a room full of randoms, right? So anyway, guys, for those of you who are into like natural herbal mountain hiking, climbing, sitting on the dirt, building with community, learning to live with a lot less, moving away from like too much tech, you'll be right on time and you'll be okay. So again, guys, come on in. If you're coming in the room to get a reading, come on in. If you would like a 30-day reading. If you're over here on IG and you can't come to YouTube, then you can book a reading because I have space. I'm scared to say because I feel like as soon as I say it, then you can book your $25 question and comment here on Instagram and just say paid in your name, okay? Since I'm here. But yeah, how are you guys feeling about like the big beautiful bill? How are you feeling about, does anyone here follow the cosmos? Are you guys following the planetary stuff? Are you guys following this stuff and seeing how it's impacting? Like what I'm saying, does it sound like so left of center? Or does it sound like, yeah, that's definitely possible? YouTube, throw me some hearts. I want to make sure you guys are still alive and with me. Throw me some hearts on YouTube, please. I want to make sure you guys are still there. It's gone very, very, very quiet. Okay, I see the hearts. Lady Bunny, did you want to book a session? You can do it at Axia. Yes, that's right, Isaac. Maybe that's also why. Okay, so that's probably why I got what I got, where I said there's going to be like this auditing of your industry, Isley. Remember the spirit said that? So that's what it is. It's connected to this bill. Whatever funding is connected to you guys, they're going to determine who still gets funding and who doesn't. So get your business in top. You need to hire a specialist that audits finances, audits like how things are set up in the space, how clients are cared for, how disinfection, infection, like all those things that you have, how clinical, like even the location, the windows, like I see them saying, oh, there's window cracks. So that's where you need to spend some money, honestly. You can do that over the next 3 to 6 months. 7 times this year they've audited you. That's crazy. Oh, they're trying to mess with you. You need to get a hold on. That's crazy. See, they're trying to mess with you as a black woman. That's all that is. That's nonsense. That's crazy, honestly. So they're trying to mess with everybody in that industry because they don't want to pay. I could get real political about this whole thing, but you know, okay, so they're not letting me put up this. Yeah, Cash App. Just pay for Cash App. It's okay. Hey, Keisha, what's up? What's up, Mama? Yeah, just go to Cash App and it's just put in $45 there, and then come back here and just say paid on Cash App, and just put $45. That's for the 30-day outlooks, Keisha. That's not anywhere. That was just me putting it really quickly in the online. Honestly, you need to get a return to sender candle. Get 5 of them hoes. Put one on every floor in the front windows and let them burn throughout the day, right? And you can put it like behind a plant. Turn this back, and then either you need to take little mirrors, hang them from the ceiling, but make sure the mirrors face the windows, and place them all around. If you are able to do that, if not, then take like small little mirrors and like tape them, like small little mirrors, and tape them to the window facing outward, and then line your window sills with salt. They're playing games. I have said, if every American is able, definitely have residency, citizenship, digital nomad visa, have something else for another country where you can stay in another country. Okay, I'm only gonna be here for about 20 minutes, guys. Because these people are tripping. We are in the age of Aquarius. Hey, Kia. Kia, you want a 30-day outlook reading? You guys, I'm doing 30-day. I'm over on YouTube at Psychic Zaya. Come on over there if you want to read it. You can get a $25 question or a 30-day outlook reading with me. See, this is what bothers me with Instagram. It's just showing me 2 people on here, but clearly it's like 30 or 40 people on here. Wow, that's crazy. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, honestly, how much low income earners can get back. I'm not surprised. Hey, Kiki, hey, what's up, Mama? You guys look like you're having so much fun overseas. I know you're having fun. Okay, Keisha, has he come on in? Okay, wonderful. 30 days. Where are you right now in the PZA? What part of the world are you in? I'm well. I'm pulling through. I'm pushing through. I'm staying prayed up. I'm hand in hand with the Most High Mother and Father. I'm hand in hand with Archangel Michael. I'm hand in hand with, some beautiful spirits that are holding me down. I'm hand in hand with you guys. You show me so much love all the time, every day. I'll make sure I eat. You're in Boston. Okay, let's get into it. Let me just walk into your energy. Okay, so Key, they're bringing me to your health for 30 days. So they're saying for you, these next 30 days, are going to be important that you just do deep rest. So, if you're able to get away, it's just, Playa del Carmen. I think you would love that in Mexico. Like, it's really cheap there right now because this is like their extremely hot weather, but you can get an apartment near Fifth Avenue. If that sounds good to you, feel free to DM me and I'll add you to some WhatsApp groups, right? Like, I mean, seriously, you can get a studio by the beach for like $600 a month, maybe even cheaper. So the other thing I'm hearing, Key, is that if you've been having any upset stomach issues or any headaches, you need to check out your inflammation and your cortisol. And they're saying stay away from alcohol, like stay away from alcohol for the month of July. Also, Q, you are expanding. Your gifts are about to kick in again. And we talked about that, a while back at the top, I think top of last year, and kind of some things that happened with that. So make sure that you're really keeping your mind in a good space, your mind in a good, powerful space. If you can get by a body of water tomorrow, Q, that would be really good for you because that Aries retrograde, that Neptune retrograde in Aries is going to like open you up energetically, open you up spiritually, but it could be overwhelming. Okay. Like it might be a little bit overwhelming for you. Okay. When you guys pay, just put the name that you paid under. Um, are you Miss Broadway, Lovey Bunny? Are you Miss Broadway? Okay. And so that's what I'm seeing for you, Q, right? It's just that I want you to wear a lot of white. It's almost like what's happening, Q, for you for this month. These planets, this full moon, these planets are going to affect you deeply. Okay, Lovey Bunny, I got you. You're next. These planets are going to affect you deeply on the consciousness and the mental. So I want you to take really good care of your mental health. I need you to do a lot of root chakra meditations. Go on Meditative Mind and listen to your root chakra meditations at night while you're sleeping. And wear a lot of white and stay away from red colored foods, spicy foods, and alcohol, Q, because you're kind of going through like a mini initiation by your ancestors to level you up. These transits are really going to do a lot with leveling people up spiritually. Basically, people are going to be leveled up spiritually over the next, basically the 2030. There's a reason why that number is so prevalent. Okay. So Q, my number one thing for July for you is mental health care, right? Being conscious of that, learning to ground your energy. Okay, good. Okay, you get it to your friends by the water. You go sit at the water all day tomorrow. Eat a lot of like delicious fruits. Stay away from alcohol. And then I want you to look into your inflammation, cortisol levels, and your if you're having any digestive issues, look into that. Okay. Also, Q, you might be invited this month to a really nice trip somewhere, but like for the summer, for like a month to do some music festival thing. It feels like Ireland or Sumland, something. Yes, peppers. Yeah, no peppers, nothing spicy, no spicy, no alcohol for the month. You're being initiated into something. I don't know why those things. I guess they inflame. I know alcohol. Alcohol has spirits. Okay. Yes, Miss Rabia, you can go to you come over. If you could come over to YouTube, that'd be great. But if not, just ask the question right here on Instagram after you pay the 25. Okay. And I know Lynn. I know I'm always mispronouncing your name. Y'all forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. I mispronounced my real name. Monday, my mother said my name, and I was like, "That's." And I said, "Oh my God, I'm the one saying it wrong." Okay. Yeah. It won't go down. Q. Interesting. Okay, thank you for that confirmation. Don't forget wear white as much as you can. Even if you just go buy a bunch of dollar t-shirts and some white drawers, cotton drawers, you're small, get you some little cheap shorts. Wear white as much as you can from head to toe and cover your head and monitor your mental health, do your prayers. And if you can abstain from sex the next 90 days, that would be helpful. But if not, definitely over these next 30 days. Okay, Q, you're being initiated to your next levels. Congratulations. Okay, Miss Monique, let's see what you said. You want a spirit message? Oh, okay, no, your question is, my name is Monique. Is there a spiritual gift that I'm tapping into right now? Cool, Q. Yes, Monique, that's a great question. If anybody has any questions around their spiritual gifts, you got some stuff going on, please feel free. Those are the type of questions I really love to answer as well. Yes, ma'am, Monique. Yeah, it's funny you said that. I know why you said that too. Your third eye is opening, Monique. So you're seeing you're having a lot of visions. And so you're clairvoyant, which is your third eye where you can see things in your mind's eye, and you're clairsentient where you can feel things. So you're becoming very sensitive, Monique. And I feel like you already know some of your gifts, like you're somewhat in this space, or maybe your family was. I don't feel like this is completely new to you, but they're coming in strongly. So whereas before maybe it was light, you get certain impressions or you would feel certain things. You're really feeling things, Monique. The trees are asking for you to sit with them. So go and hug trees. When I lived in LA, I got into like hugging trees. Nobody in LA made me do that. And like I would just feel so much for those trees. In fact, every time I've lived in LA, I've lived in LA twice, I hug trees. I just realized that. But this time when I was hugging trees, I could like if I hugged them, I could feel like their energy just running through my body. Zoom, 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 zoom. So I guess they were like upping up my energy. So, Monique, the trees have messages for you. You are receiving messages and you're feeling more sensitive, Monique. So, you want to make sure your diet is really nice and high vibrational this month. Cut out heavy meats, definitely cut out alcohol and any sort of recreational drugs. Cut them out a lot as much as you can because the thing is, especially weed, it opens your spirits. They've got so much. I have you guys noticed the explosion in the alcohol brand and spirit space? Like, I remember when there was like one liquor store. I'm from New York, one liquor store every 4 or 5 blocks, and there was you had your classic liquors that mostly old folks drunk, and then you had a few things like some Alizé and some other shit, and that was it. You go into liquor stores now. Every other corner, there's not just liquor stores. They're like these luxury boutique spaces. And I noticed this when I went to LA at the top of the year, I had to go to work on my storage. And I'm seeing like all this stuff where it's just so much liquor and so much liquor, so many different types of liquors. And I said, what the hell is going on? Uh, oh, good for you, Levy. She said she lives in the woods. That's dope. And I'm like sitting up and I'm looking at all this liquor and all this wine, all this liquor and all this wine. It's so much. And now they even have juice boxes that they put alcohol in. I was looking at this juice box. I was getting a slice of pieces back when I was in LA. And I'm like, oh, a juice. Maybe I'll get a juice. And I see it has alcohol in it. And I'm like, this looks like something for a big kid. I thought it was just, I thought it was gonna get like an apple juice. And so I'm saying to myself, well, why the hell is there so much liquor now? Purvis Ross, what's up, baby boy? What's going on here, son? I'm like, why is there so much liquor everywhere? There's so many brands of liquor, so many brands of wine. They got shit they mix. They got macaroni and cheese and Red Bull liquor. I mean, the shit is out of control. Yeah, the beatboxes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and so what's happening is I sort of sat there, as a medium, and I said, "Oh, I see. Here I go breaking the matrix again. We're in spiritual war, right? There is a changing of the guard. There are battles being fought for many things. All right, and there are right now because we're in the age of Aquarius, and we are opening up into our divine selves as humans and others. There are spirits coming in for their bloodlines. They're trying to come back in for their bloodlines. If you guys want a reading on IG, just pay over here at axzaya.com. It's $25 a question. These spirits are coming in from different parts of the universe to reconnect with their bloodlines that are in the human space. And so I feel like you remember when the Pope opened up them portals? Remember the Pope that died and he opened up the portals around Christmas? Yeah. So I feel like if there's a spiritual war happening and there's one group coming in, another group is like, oh no you don't, no you don't, no you don't. Open up the box. Let our team out. And they let their team out, and their team is all out, and their team's been out, and their team is multiplying, and they got to put these spirits in something to get them into the human body. Because see, as a medium, yeah, I've been trained. You know how we catch the Holy Ghost in the church? Now I don't know what people are catching. You're not catching me. If I don't know what the hell's entering me, whether it's dick or spirit, you're not entering me. Okay. All right. So basically, there's two teams fighting to try to enter the human body as a vessel to connect with the human body as a vessel. So there's a race to see who they can connect with first. This is why so many of you are this 30 days that I'm seeing for some of you ladies who showed up tonight. It really is about you guys being initiated because your ancestors are like, hey, we need you to move into these spiritual spaces. We need you to move into these light worker steps. We're here. We're ready to help you move to your next level. This team is like, yeah, we're gonna unleash our people, and they're gonna make it really fun with all this alcohol and liquor and beer and nano food and this star and that star and this star and that star and the big beautiful whatever and stressing you out. It's a mess. Oh, that's crazy. See what I'm saying? Lovey right there. That's an op right there. That fly is an op. That's a monitoring spirit. Amen. Say, fly, be gone. Can't be over here. I know. I think I'm. I wonder if I'm. See. I wonder if I'm allergic. See, I got these apples, and the apples said USA on them, and I didn't really want to buy them. I'm in Mexico, and I feel like because my nose should be itching. They've been around heavy, yeah, because you're elevating. You're elevating on me. I remember one time somebody texted me. It was like, "Where are you at right now?" Somebody I trusted. I don't trust that bitch no more. I was like, I'm here. I'm in wherever I was. In LA. And next thing I know, it was 17 flies in my house. I had not near a window cracked. My front living room had a whole bay window, beautiful. That it didn't. The windows didn't barely open at all. Out of nowhere, 17 flies. And I know now she was sending monitoring spirits to try to figure out where I was, where exactly I was. Even though I said, I'm in LA. So now when I see like but not you see one fly sometimes, but right now you have to understand monitoring spirits are like everywhere. Also, guys, when you're not using your laptop, cover up your thing, your eye thing with the band-aid or something. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. Okay, is anybody else coming in to pay? If not, I'm probably gonna shut it down. Shut it down. You got it, love. She says, thank you so much for that message, I really needed that confirmation. Yes, for sure. For sure. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Does anybody else need or want a reading? If not, it's okay. I'm going to tip off. Like somebody going to be trying to pay now. So it's weird with Instagram. It says 2 people watching concurrently. And then it says 25 people have joined. Okay, Ashley's paying for the 30-day now. Okay, great, Ashley. See, I knew it. I was about to end it. I feel like somebody's paying something somewhere. 11 Zaya is. When you come in, Ashley, please make sure you tell me. Is there anybody coming over here from Instagram? If you guys are, come on in because I gotta head on out of here in a minute. Like for real this time. I know sometimes I say that and you're like, girl, you be in there for like another 30 minutes. No, I have to go. I have a class. I have a class and I have to do the homework. You guys looking forward to the 3-day break in America? Y'all going to barbecue or something? Like, don't feel bad about celebrating the 4th, even if that just means you're just hanging out with your family, looking cute, wearing your booty shorts and drinking and eating. Like, feel good about that. Like, catch joy wherever you are. I used to be a little bit more militant like I used to definitely be more like I think about like I old me like 10 years ago, like 2014, that probably like 2012 through like I don't know 20 I don't know, the pandemic kind of tore my ass up because I was just like y'all doing too much. But now I'm just like, find love where you can, have fun where you can. Okay, Daisha, that's wonderful, honey. No worries. Okay, Ashley, that's it. Let's get it. Where are you located, Ashley? Tell me where you're located. South Carolina. That's right. Okay. Let's just see. Give myself a minute here. Okay, this is interesting. These are definitely like spirit messages. It's definitely a theme coming in. So Ashley, I got you. I'm with you. So ask you a few things. You have a totem animal that wants you to start working with. You got either it's a crocodile, but also the alligator, Ashley. And I feel like where you live, there may be like crocodiles or alligators kind of prominent, maybe even an hour away. But it feels like there's a river or a creek or something with alligators or crocodiles. Let me know if that's true for you, Ashley. It feels like there's just something. Those animals are prominent. If that's the case, you definitely need to go visit if you're comfortable with that, or people sell like little alligator feet for keychains. You need to work with the alligator or the crocodile as your spirit animal. They want to bring you a lot of energy. Your ancestors are asking for you to make some altars. If you have altars, then you need to sit with them every week. And you don't have to give them a bunch of things. Yeah, you're in a swampy area. I felt that swampy. That was the word I was looking for. So you need to work with those animals. Have a lot of wisdom to share with you. Simply sitting with them and meditating, like sitting even in the area. You can sit in your car. You ain't got to sit in the swamp. But if there's swamps where you can go and watch them and you're sitting safe on a bench, be a great time. Go hold a quartz crystal. Say, okay, alligator, lend me your wisdom, and listen to a third eye opening meditation. So for you, like a few others here, this is interesting. This is probably why Spirit had me at the last minute as I was getting ready, like, oh, open up 30-day readings, because there's obviously a team here of high vibrational beings that want to connect with their loved ones to get them to the next level of their spiritual journey. So actually, that crocodile and that alligator was very important to your family on both sides. Your ancestors are asking for you to go deeper with your altar work. So you don't have to, if you don't have the money to buy a whole bunch of things. Sometimes I just get a little piece of chocolate and an egg, which is still cheap here. But or like you can do like coconut incense. My ancestors love coffee. They love coffee. Sometimes I have when I do my fresh juices, they like that. Or some of my other spirits be like, oh, you're making a juice. Like they kind of like to eat whatever I like to eat. And they have certain ones have certain things, but even then they'll be like, oh, add this. Like, oh, if you're making greens, give me some greens. So you don't have to go out of your way, is what I'm saying. But you need to spend every day, not every day, once a week, spend 30 minutes in journal. Say, give me your messages. What do I need to know? And whatever downloads you get, whatever impressions you get, whatever directives you get, and keep that journal. Keep a white candle lit. But somebody, a maternal figure, wants a baby pink candle. It's a grandmother spirit on your mother's side, but she's like your grandmother. She's your grandmother's mother, your great grandmother. Okay, small one in my closet with seashells and ancestors monies. Okay, so you can't really. I see Ashley. So that's the thing. You can't really expand out. That's fine. So then, actually, what you may do is just go into the woods with alligators and set up like a more elaborate altar, like maybe make it like a picnic between yourself and your ancestors, and sit there and talk with them. If you're in the if it's one in the closet, then open up that door and just talk with them, or sit in your car, and just like have a little offering of water and get your downloads. Okay, but better that you're in nature, out in air for that. So I understand that. So that's what you're really focusing for those 30 days, is to really expand that consciousness, Ashley. And if you're in a space in a home where that stuff is kind of frowned upon, then I think you're being ushered to kind of find your own space, like even if it's a small studio or something, and like be able to go in, because you really are a high priestess, is what I'm getting, Ashley. You're going to get proof of that repeatedly over this next month, over these next 30 days. You're just gonna have so many synchronicities. Your dreams are about to be very prophetic. You're going to be hearing and seeing things of the invisible realm. You should definitely think about getting my psychic development toolkit on my website. because you do have these gifts. They're pretty heavy, and I know I have read for you before. I don't have your profile in front of me, but your gifts are coming in, and so that toolkit, learn about your clears, and I'll teach you your main clears, how to practice your abilities, some crystals to wear. You do need to ground yourself, Ashley, so you need to ground your root chakra. So you should be working with red crystals, and more grounding vegetables. Okay, you've been seeing some crazy stuff already. Yeah, you too are being initiated. So I'm seeing a theme here. I think I'm gonna do a reading around this. So that's what your 30 days are. And this Neptune and Saturn going into Aries is really, I see now. I know. Yeah, this is why they're doing this now. They know. Oh, I see. Okay, the spiritual war has just entered a whole new level where it's now coming into our dimension here in 3D. So that's what's happening. Okay, that's what I needed to know for tonight. So that's what's happening. So they're getting their bloodlines ready, um, on the ground, because everything's ramping up. So that's what we're having. So not to scare anyone, this is good. This is a good thing. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here because I had a hard stop. I'm gonna have the replay up. Goodbye, Instagram. Thank you for joining. Peace out. YouTube, discard that. YouTube, this will be replay. Will be up right away. Thank you guys, ladies, and so much for tonight. Peace, peace, peace. You're welcome, everyone. Thank you.